NEU 5GC. That sounds a little bit sciencey to me, but in this video today, I'm going to share some information that you may or may not have heard of and learn more about the food that you eat at home. NEU 5GC, well, what's that? Well, it's a protein or a sugar of a protein, and what we know about it is it's cancer causing. So it causes a lot of inflammation and can cause cancer. Now, some of you folks out there may have heard of the World Health Organization, that's WHO for short, and it was only a couple of years when they brought out a summary of over 800 studies in regards to red meat consumption. Now, I know a lot of you folks out there are wanting to reduce your red meat consumption, and for those reasons of it being very carcinogenic. You may have heard of eating red meat is like smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Well, the World Health Organization actually came out with some guidelines, and as a cause one carcinogen, eating things that are like processed red meat, like sausages, can cause cancer, in particular rectal cancer. So we don't want that, but we still want to enjoy things like our sausages. So how can we do that? Well, I'm going to show you now. None of these ingredients contain NEU 5GC. There's no red meat, there's no carcinogens, and no cancer-causing foods. So, completely plant-based, vegan, we are using today some store-bought puff pastries. That's our store-bought puff pastry. Super inexpensive, only costs a couple of dollars. And we are using some of these fantastic plant-based sausages from Nestle. And we are going to roll them in the pastry, and I'm going to show you a couple of little tips and tricks how to create these now. Now, I always get a lot of comments, Jess, how do we make things that taste like pork, look like pork? Well, this is a way that we can recreate those things in the kitchen, completely plant-based, completely NEU 5GC free. Wow, that's a mouthful. Anyway, I've just pulled out my puff pastry. So you always want to work with pastry when it's super cold. So that's been chilled. Now we're going to take our sausages here, and I'm going to be rolling this up in our pastry, but we're going to need something to stick our pastry, an egg wash, but because we don't want to use any animal products and make sure that our product is completely NEU 5GC free, all I've got here is some plant milk, which I've just warmed up. Now I'm going to get a nice sheen, I'm going to add a little bit of sugar, so just like about a tablespoon. You can use any kind of sugar that you like. To give the egg yellow color, a little tip for you folks, put a little bit of bicarb soda in there. So I'm putting in, I don't know, maybe like about a quarter of a teaspoon, and that's going to cause a chemical reaction in the oven which makes it yellow. And you folks have probably used baking soda before in your cakes. Give that a bit of a whisk. Now we're going to use our pastry brush. Get our plant-based egg, just brush that down so it will stick to our pastry. And then we're going to roll this up. And then just trim. Okay, so once we have our sausages nice and tightly rolled into our puff pastry, then we're just going to trim the ends like that. So that would be your regular sized sausage roll. That would be your regular size, but then you can cut this smaller into what we call them is like fun size or party size. And this is a very, very big trend right now. Everything mini is very on trend. So once they're all cut, pop them on your tray. You can use a tray that's greased and floured, or one of these air mats are fantastic for the puff pastry. Now you want to brush it again with your vegan or plant-based egg wash over each one. Make sure that it's nicely coated. And then we are going to put some toppings on to add some extra flavor. So I love using local ingredients. And here in Greece, we have some amazing herbs and spices. So I've put together a Mediterranean blend of spices of garlic, rosemary, wild, organic oregano, and some thyme. And we're gonna combine that with some sesame seeds that you see everywhere around here. So let's get that on, add some beautiful flavor and color. It's amazing what Nestle has done to create these simple and easy way to create all the classic comfort foods that you remember from your childhood or growing up, and in minutes. So how long did that take me to prepare? So now that we have all of our sausage rolls all ready to go, I'm going to put this into the freezer for 15 minutes, and during that time I'm going to preheat my oven, and then we're going to bake these. So you might be asking me, Jess, why are you putting this in the freezer? Well, it's actually going to make the puff pastry more crispy, more puffy, and it's just amazing what a difference it does to the texture. Also, if you don't want to bake these today, you can prepare these ahead of time, do your meal prep, put these in the freezer, and when you're ready to bake, just bake them straight from frozen. So I just pulled our sausage rolls out of the oven. Check them out. Look how puffy they've got. So we have our cocktail sizes here and our traditional size here. So completely up to you how you decide to serve them. I'm doing a traditional style with ketchup, or as we call it in Australia, tomato sauce. So let's get these on a plate. Alright, so our favorite part, taste test time. So let's get some of that ketchup. Oh, I can really smell all of those aromatic Mediterranean spices. Wow. No one's gonna tell. This is completely plant-based. Wow, that's amazing. Don't tell anyone, I'm gonna double dip. Catch you next time. Bye.